sung goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texaco's. You wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave.
Well, today I've come to White Hill in Wiltshire, and up here there's some wonderful things to look at. And the first thing that we're going to sort of look at is the path on the way up and a few round barrows and bits. But also too, there's a Neolithic Causeway, which is a very rare structure, which dates back to 3,700 years BC, so 5,700 years before now. And it's an incredible thing, and it was quite symbolic to the people that actually built it on a form of a camp here. So we'll go and have a look and see what happens. The track starts off, it's quite boggy and slippery up from the car park here, and chalk mud is particularly slippery when it's wet, and we had a lot of rain last night. But heading our way up towards the height of White Hill, where it'll be interesting to see everything up there. So we'll carry on. First thing we come across is this quarry here, and it makes me wonder, watching Mr. Whitewick's latest video, if this was actually a Roman quarry and not just used for taking chalk for lime. And I'm inclined to think, because the hard way or the Harrow way runs just to one side of this, that it's a distinct possibility that that is the case. Anyway, let's carry on. And just coming into view here is this round barrow, one of the many that was dug by Richard Hoare. So if we have a look at it, I think there should be some sort of a dimple in the top showing where Richard excavated the barrow. I think this is one where Bronze Age and Roman finds were identified. So obviously the Romans used a lot of these areas after the Iron Age, or during the Iron Age as well almost. And this is the expanse of the area, which would have been like a D-shaped area with little knoll there in the background and long knoll to one side of it. So let's just have a look on top, see if there is a dimple here. Obviously think there should be. See up here, and yeah, there's the classic dimple in the top, but it gives us a good vantage to look across to the Neolithic Causeway, which is just there that you can see, and we'll be heading towards that, and the Iron Age hill fort behind that. There are about 12 round barrows in total up here, so there's a lot of archaeology up here, but obviously it was one of the earliest forms of Neolithic transitory settlements, so quite interesting. Here we are at the Neolithic Causeway that you can see is running here, so we'll go down in and have a look and see what we think. And this stretches is intersected by the Roman road too, the Harrow way, the hard way. And just down into it, obviously remembering that there's been a lot of erosion over the years, that this would have been significantly different. But look at that view there. So people would have come up this causeway into the actual area. So following it up here, we're truly walking in the footsteps of Neolithic man. Absolutely incredible thing to do. And you can see that's the track that we've just come up, and then going around to here, this is the hill fort here that we can see that's intersected by the Roman road, the Harrow Way. So it goes on into the distance there a bit as well, but a truly impressive structure, whereas the Neolithic side of things would have been more transitory. This would have been more of a permanent thing here, and obviously this would have been, I assume, one of the gateways into it, or it's just erosion, and the next one is one of the gateways into it as well. But quite a nice emotional area to walk in up here. Lovely. And sometimes the wind really does blow up here extraordinarily strong, and that's why it's popular with flyers of all different types. So let's carry on down this way. No poems about this one that I'm aware of, nothing any really dynamic things, but obviously would have been a very important strategic hill fort, and probably taken on by the, looks like various archaeology, by the Romans for a while too. And views then over to the south in that direction, to the north in that direction, west in that direction, and then the east over there where there's a modern reservoir been built. I wonder what archaeology was destroyed in building that, but you never know. Anyway, down here and up the other side. And here we are with more earthworks here. So it must have been quite a big community up here. And we'll carry on a bit more, see what else we can see, I think. But lovely area, absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance to visit it, come and have a look. And obviously they've got continental routes, ringed enclosures. It's only a small one, but I presume that's what it is. So this would have been a ringed enclosure, I think, a very small one, perhaps for animals, or who knows. If you know, please let me know, because I'm on a learning curve and any information you can give me is good. Amazing. Nice thing to see. Carry on this way and get concept. The views up here are incredible, just from the ringed enclosure going over all the way to those other things there, all the ramparts and bits. It's an incredible thing. Well, I'm going to be heading now, I think, towards the Roman road, and then come down the Roman road back to where I started from. But it truly is a lovely area up here, and I think quite an important area for Neolithic man, and also for Iron Age man, and also Romans. Sorry I say man, I should say people, but it must be a very significant area from that perspective. So we'll carry on and link up with the hard way and see what we can find going down that. I'd be quite interested to see what we find. Cold War observation bunker here, which is all locked off, you can't go inside it, but it was an underground bunker, and dates obviously from the 1950s, around 1953 to 1957, and would have been used for spotting planes. Roman Road, obviously it's been surfaced many times since, but it's a lovely spot just to walk and get your thoughts together if nothing else, and especially with the Iron Age hill fort over there and the Neolithic bits as well. And just looking over to there, you can just see the barrow, the round barrow that we looked at in the distance there, and then we'll come on round this way and carry on down the road, which is a true Roman road, and lovely views from here too, just looking around. Lovely. Walking down here now with this lovely view on the right, heading over towards Maiden Bradley Froome. There's this wonderful milestone here which says Sarum 23 miles, and that's from 1750. So truly incredible. And look at the vista, the point for this up here, and this is where it is. Amazing. So a great thing to see, and obviously they used to call it the London Road, but it is in fact the Harrow Way, and it's off of that. So this must have been obviously an old coaching route, and would have been used frequently by our ancestors. So 1750, amazing. Well, I can't think of a better place to visit my little visit up here than by the milestone here. So it's been a truly incredible walk in history through obviously ancient Neolithic, through Bronze Age, through Roman, a little bit of the Cold War thrown in between. So it's been a fantastic time, and I hope you've enjoyed it.